You don't have to go far to naturally ease your mind. Connecticut has 800 miles of blue blaze trails and an abundance of waterfalls. David Ellis is a software engineer who enjoys getting outdoors with his family whenever he can, and he's here today to tell us about some of his favorite waterfalls. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
How did this passion of yours come about?
Well, I always loved the outdoors, and when my kids were younger, I was looking for places to bring them, to get the kids outdoors. And waterfalls are just a natural place a destination which excites people to come visit. I started looking for different waterfalls, and I knew where a number were, but found there was no real good list of them. So I ended up compiling a list of the waterfalls in the state.
And you say Connecticut is a great place to be, especially since it has the second most miles of hiking trails among New England states.
Yeah, we have a lot of natural ridges in the state and a lot of open space still. And we have 800 miles of hiking trails that are maintained by the Connecticut Forest and Park Association, two great books are the Connecticut Walk books, so if you want to get outside, you really want to get a copy of those books.
And we have the books right here, and those will tell you exactly where to go.
Very
Who has
detailed.
the most trails in New England?
New Hampshire has the
Most
most miles of hiking trails in the state, but being for our small state and urban state, we are really blessed to have that many trails.
You say that, we're 15 minutes away from any hiking trail?
Yeah, there are hiking trails all over the state, and a number of towns have trails too, so you're 15 minutes away from anywhere you want to get outside.
All right, great. And let's talk about the waterfalls. They're everywhere throughout the state.
They're everywhere in the state. Yeah, we don't have any big ones like Niagara, but we have lots of waterfalls with lots of charm. Ranging anywhere you want to go, you can probably find a little waterfall.
And you started really putting this list together in 1999. Let's talk about some of your favorite ones. The first one is your collection of falls. You think your best collection is Kent Falls, Upper, Lower, and Ender Falls?
Right. Well, Kent Falls is probably one of the more famous sets of falls in the state.
I love going to Kent Falls. Now, which one are we looking at here?
Yeah, that's Kent Upper Falls. And Kent is often considered to be the tallest falls in the state, but it's really not. It's really a series of multiple falls that you can walk to over a quarter-mile path. And the lower ones are one of the taller falls of the state. Okay, and that's a picture of the lower ones.
And these are the lower ones. Well, I know that every time I drive by this place, it has so many people. It really attracts a pack of people, because especially in the summertime when they want to cool off.
Right. Yeah. It is, I say, one of the more well-known falls of the state, and but it's not the tallest. That's like the popular thought. The other great falls
is Ender Falls.
That's Ender Falls, which is up in Granbury, and there is an amazing section of like 6 waterfalls there. It's not nearly as popular. It's a little more difficult to get to and not as good a trail, but it is just, I think, the best set of falls in the state I've seen.
All right, now let's take a look at some of your most spectacular. And the first one we're looking at here is the Great Falls on the Housatonic River.
Great Falls on Housatonic. This is a 60-foot drop, and the Housatonic River flows over this into, down into the canyon as it continues. In a spring flood, it's absolutely amazing to see, which is this picture is during the spring.
And this is easy to get to?
Very easy to get to. The Appalachian Trail goes right by it. There's a car parking lot basically 100 yards from the viewpoint. The only thing is that it's diverted for power generation, so a lot of time it's not flowing nearly as much as it is in the spring.
And we're looking at here the Roaring Brook Falls in Cheshire.
Roaring Brook Falls in Cheshire is actually the tallest falls in the state at 89 feet. And it's a moderate little hike to get there, probably a quarter of a mile hike up to see it. And this is again when the spring, the picture is when it's flooding in the spring, but it is the tallest falls in the state, and it's quite a sight.
And of course there are those falls that are off the beaten path, and among them, Brook Falls in Newtown.
Brook Falls in Newtown is about really about a 3-mile round trip to get there.
And this is a picture of it.
That's actually, that one is
which one is this one?
Dean's Ravine, I believe that one is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, which is up in Canaan. Brook is it's a greenish fall, all covered in moss, and it's really very pretty. It's about a 2-mile walk in and out. And it just cascades right down into Lake Sore, so it's really quite a beautiful area. There's Brook.
This is Brook.
You see the moss cover. This makes it very, very pretty.
Well, I just love waterfalls, mostly because they're beautiful, number one, and it really is very refreshing to be close to one.
Yes, the coolness, the sound is a very soothing sound. This makes it a wonderful place, wonderful destination, either at the end of a hike or in the middle of a hike to get there.
And for more information, you can visit ctwaterfalls.com.
I have about 60 waterfalls listed on the site with directions and pictures and even the sound of some of them recorded that you can listen to.
That's great. David, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
All right.
And don't go away. There's more Connecticut Style right after this.